Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Ailis Vann joining us here today. She's our studio owner from Midnight Sun Yoga Center, based out of beautiful Palmer, Alaska. And she joins us live this morning, a lot earlier for her than us on the Eastern Standard Time. And so we're excited she's here to talk more about her facilities, the Pilates, the yoga, the sound healing, and all that she does. So welcome back to the show, Ailis. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah,
Great.
it's early, but we're good.
I know. We 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 hour time difference there. So we appreciate
Yes.
you getting up early. And with Alaska, it still confuses me, right? Because you're dark at certain times compared to us. Is this like the normal season, or when does it go all dark for us or for you?
No, we're back into our light time. Like it's March is one of the greatest months for light. So it's been a really nice, we've had some really nice days this month. So we still have snow on the mountains. So then the sun comes out and it's just gorgeous. So
Beautiful. Well, thanks for
yeah,
being here. Tell us a little bit about the studio, who you are, what you do.
sure. I've owned Midnight Sun since 2012. That's when we opened it, my former business partner and I, and we offer yoga and Pilates, and we also have sound healing twice a month. So we have classes about 5 or 6 days a week, depending on the week, and we pride ourselves on being a yoga studio for everybody.
Amazing. And you mentioned since 2012, and I got to know you last week, but there are some new time listeners and viewers today. Just give us a little history about what brought you into this field. And, I mean, that's pretty successful. You've had this company for 13 years at least, but how did you
hmm
get into yoga? And I want to hear more about that, please.
Sure. I originally got into yoga through a back injury, just because I had hurt myself. And then anybody that's had a back injury knows that once you have one, you usually have more. So I kept having these like recurring back injuries, and I was like, I have to find something long term that's going to help, not surgery, not whatever pills, all the stuff that is not the greatest for you. And I got into yoga because I'd heard it would help with, core strengthening, which helps your back be stronger and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
so that's what got me into it. And then teaching, I just kind of fell into by attending a class a class and going to a studio here in Palmer. Um, and the owner was like, "Does anyone want to learn how to be a yoga teacher?" And I was like, "Sure." So that's how it all started, which is crazy, but here we are, 13 years later, whatever that math is. It doesn't seem like that long ago, but
Beautiful. Well, what did you want to discuss for our listeners today about the services, the classes you offer, and I clearly how beneficial it is to so many people.
yeah, I think the biggest thing that we see is people are intimidated, when I meet people on the street or meet people around town, they're like, "Oh, I can't do yoga. I'm not flexible. I have XYZ wrong with me, whatever, blah, blah, blah," in front of people. People have all kinds of excuses to not do something, right? Like we all know that. Um,
Yeah.
but to me, the biggest thing is you have to start somewhere. And I think we're a great place to start because all of us are local gals and guys that teach, and we everyone is so compassionate, and we probably all have an injury or some sort of relatable story to pretty much anyone that's going to walk through the door. And so I just encourage people to give it a chance. That's one of our instructors. She's like, "Give yoga a chance." That's what she says to everybody. But um, it's just one of those things, like it can change your life in a way that you didn't know you needed. And whether you're there just for physical
Mm-hmm.
benefits, or if you're there for mental and physical, or mental, physical, spiritual, like it's all there. It's pretty amazing stuff.
Now, being someone that may not have done yoga before, I find, I've done yoga. I used to do Pilates, but that was my old life before I had kids, and now I have no life. That's besides the point. But I'm going to be honest with you. I was always intimidated of yoga, what it meant. Do I have to be flexible? I'm not so can do you work with beginners, and could you just kind of help us get rid of that, that stigma? Because for people not in it, it's a little scary to think, well,
hmm
how do I be like them? And I can't be flexible, and I can't. So, but there's different stages. You work with beginners, right?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody has to start somewhere. And yeah, we see people that are beginners or not flexible all the time. And even just a little bit helps so much. Like it just, even one class, people are like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I feel so much better. And I'm like, I know, it's pretty amazing, right? Like, and then over time, your body learns, you have muscle memory and all this stuff that helps your body remember how to do it and how it feels and all that. And we have so many things that can make it more comfortable for people, props, bolsters, pillows, all those things, straps. And the class that I teach is we use all the things to make it more comfortable for people. So I have a lot of people in my class that aren't flexible or that are
Yeah.
recovering from a surgery of some sort or arthritis or anything like that. And we can use those props to help make their life more comfortable. So I think the biggest thing is just nobody would do yoga if we were all, I mean, what am I trying to say? Like, it's not, we don't have to be flexible to do it. Like, you gain flexibility through doing it, right? So it's
Yeah.
like,
So true.
yeah, yeah, to me, it's one of those things that everyone should stretch, right? We stretched anyone that did sports in high school or middle school or whatever, like, stretching was part of it, right? And
Yeah.
so, because I've done yoga with the high school teams here and different sports, and they all know how to stretch, right? So it's just taking it beyond that and making it more mindful stretching. So,
Now
and
let
anyone
me
can do it. Yeah.
And you mentioned those with injuries, another
hmm
benefit of yoga. And I would love to just hear some more benefits about it. And then, of course, what else do you want to talk about? It's your show. I'm so sorry.
No, yeah, you're fine. I think the benefits for me and what I tell people when I have the opportunity, if they're like, well, I can't do yoga, I'm not flexible, whatever. And I'm like, well, you can and you should, even if you just try one class. Although I try to talk people into trying more than one class, because sometimes the vibe isn't right, right? Like you don't like the instructor's voice, you don't like the music, you don't like something. So you're like, ugh, you assuming that everyone is like that, every class is like that, which is not true. So I always tell people, if you don't like my voice, go to someone else's class because you might like them, you might resonate with them. That's totally fine. Um, and then just allowing yourself, I think so many of people's hurdles is your brain, right? Your mind telling you like
Yeah.
you're talking yourself out of it. And I see it all the time with myself, with my daughter, with people on their mat, whatever, like at work, it doesn't matter. But if you open yourself up and let it happen, like you might realize that you can always do more than you think you can. You know, excuse me, your body's capable of a lot.
Got it. All right. What else do you
Yeah.
want to share with your listeners today, of course, about, going to Midnight Sun Yoga and about the benefits of this and also the healing classes, Pilates?
Yeah. No, I think, the benefits, I'm sorry, my allergies are
Take
kicking
your
up today.
time. Take your time.
Um, so I think the main benefit that people don't realize and what I found myself when I started practicing regularly was like becoming more flexible off my mat as well as on my mat. And so like I'm pretty chill. I don't freak out, but I am a Leo. Like, and so I do have my moments of getting a little wild, but um I just have found like I'm more flexible with life things, with my not with my mood, but like just in general, like, oh, everything's gonna be okay. Like, so that kind of happened with practice. Like it's like you're stretching and you're breathing and you're doing all this stuff. And some days it's easier and some days it's not. And just like life, like some days it's easier, some days it's not, even though we're doing the same thing in and out every day. So um I think people, and I kind of touched on this a little bit last week, but I know that people can do yoga anywhere at home, on their phone, whatever, privately, however they want to do it. But I think that the benefits of going to a class are huge. Just being in a room with other people, and feeling everyone's energy and just doing, like, we're all in the same room doing the same thing, but we might all come from super different backgrounds. But here we are all doing the same thing, which is pretty awesome. And then the Pilates is such an incredible tool as well. I was speaking with someone yesterday who's trying to find an activity for her daughter who's suffering from some health issues, and Pilates is such an incredible. Have you done Pilates?
Yeah, so and that's
Yeah,
what I haven't done that in eons, right? But also for people out there who don't know what Pilates is, I want you to just break it down too, and when you get a chance.
yeah. I mean, it's Pilates is incredible, and it's way harder than you think it's gonna be. It's like bar. I've never done bar before, and we don't offer bar classes at our studio, but I've seen it, and it is just so
Yeah,
incredible. And Pilates is all around strengthening your core and
Yeah.
strengthening your body to make everything work better with less focus. I mean, you're breathing obviously, but less focus on that. So it's more of a fitness class. But I mean, you just build so much heat in your body through Pilates. It's amazing stuff. And there's Pilates with machines, and then there's Pilates without machines, and we do Pilates without machines. It's all just done on the mat, which is pretty cool too. So and then we also offer sound healing, which we talked about a little bit last week. So on our schedule, I think it's called a sound bath, but I want to assure people that they don't get wet. They don't need to bring a towel. It's just you're bathing your body in sound. And
Mhm.
we have a great instructor for that. He's a music teacher by trade and has a strong passion for and knowledge about how sound heals, the vibration that sounds create, and how that can heal your body. And
Mhm.
I tell people like if you want to kind of dip your toe into mindfulness and like chilling out without doing a yoga class,
Yep.
sound healing is great because um, you can just lay there on your mat, cuddled up with a blanket and pillows for an hour and like zoom away into another planet with while he leads you through the sound bath. And
Yeah.
you don't have to stretch at all. And then you can still say like I did something good for myself, like super good, because you may not realize it right away, the benefits of it, but it's pretty amazing stuff. So
Ah, you got me like thinking because like right now I'm in so much pain. I was in the hospital overnight last night with like a septic infection in my knee, my leg. So I'm just saying, right now I'm so sore. My body's so sore. Like I have my leg up here on the desk, the other one's hanging low, but I just want to stretch and the importance of stretching. And I feel like, when you warm up at a Pilates, at a yoga class, tell me how important stretching is because I don't do it enough.
I don't think anybody does it enough, but I mean, it really is like our bodies were made to move. And like so much of what we do now, we don't move, right? Like I find
Yeah.
myself sitting all the time, or I find myself slouching, or I find myself clenching my jaw or holding my shoulders up by my ears because I've got some other sort of tension going on. It kind of looks like you're holding your shoulders up by your ears a little bit right now, probably because you're in pain.
Ah, yeah, see, didn't even realize it.
Yeah,
I'm like slumped over. You are
yeah.
correct. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I think that like our bodies, we aren't doing what we should be doing with them like we used to. When we first were here, like we're looking for our food, we're making our shelters better, we're doing all this stuff, but now we have these creature comforts and we don't have to do all that stuff. And so our bodies bear the brunt of it. And we have to figure out a way to make things flow better, right? And so stretching just helps all that tissue, all that fluid in our tissues work better and flow better and not let everything pool up and get inflamed and all of those things. So
Oh my
it's
goodness.
just a little bit, like 5 minutes a day. Like if that's all you can do, 5 minutes a day. Like I strongly recommend it. Even in the shower, that's the best place to do it is because you're already warm, you're already relaxed because you're in the shower. Just do some stretching and deep breathing.
God
It'd go a long
bless.
way.
Thank you so much. All right. What else is on tap for us? What else do you want our audience and listeners to know about you, your community? I know, and it's an amazing community of people that you have dedicated that come in, which is part of also, even though it's not related to the yoga, but there's a sense of community and love and fun. And I mean, I know the yoga studios, where I live, it's just, right? Is that not a great part of it as well?
It is, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one of our teachers is really good about the community aspect of it. She hosts yoga potlucks at her house. She's hosting a yoga retreat here in a couple weekends. And so just you're right, like that whole community aspect is so important. And like my class, we have a lot of, like I said earlier, we have a lot of recovering injuries, older ladies that come. And so they have their things that creak and ache and stuff, but we also like all love talking about gardening. And we're getting ready to go into our planting season here. And so, people have shared little plant starts before, shared seeds, shared all these things. And it's just like, it's such a fun part of it that you don't really think about. Like, you might make friends, or you might make someone that you can talk about gardening with, or nerd out about
I
uh
love it. Nerd out.
whatever.
Uh-huh.
Nerd out. Yeah, like let's do it. Let's nerd out about all this stuff, or yeah, let's talk about our knee surgeries or whatever, and That's like it's such a benefit of it, especially here in the middle, and maybe there too in the middle of the winter time when it's dark and cold and there's not a lot going on, and you just have this like thing to look forward to every week. And our studio's super warm and cozy, well lit. So it's like this wonderful like oasis to go to in the middle of the winter time or any time, but where you know that you'll see the same people, and we're just all there for each other. Pretty amazing.
Great. And also, just curious, where are you in relation to the main city? And for those, in the Alaska area, obviously, because you are a local studio, you're not doing virtual Zoom type of classes at the moment, correct? Um,
Correct.
but, if someone, is visiting town or moving there, tell me the main hub near Palmer, like where is it?
Sure. So Palmer is located about 45 minutes north of Anchorage, which is the largest city in Alaska. It's where the main airport is. Well, there's airports all over, but we have one of the largest airports in the world, actually, cargo hubs. And so we're about a 45-minute drive from there. So yeah, we get visitors all the time. We host the Alaska State Fair, and so sometimes a lot the fair people that are here for the fair, whether they're performing or
Mm-hmm.
visiting for the fair, they'll come to yoga. So yeah, we're a quick 45-minute drive from Anchorage, and then everywhere else, we're if you're familiar with Alaska, everyone knows where Anchorage is because it's the main hub where people fly in and out of. So but we live in the Matanuska Susitna Valley, and it's just a beautiful, we're surrounded by mountains, and we've got a river that flows through town, and it's pretty amazing. We've got 4,000-foot mountains all around us. It's pretty awesome.
God bless. Awesome, awesome. What else for today about why people should be coming there? What should they be doing? What is that, your cat?
No, it's my dog.
Oh, okay, I see a tail. I'm like, I have a cat and I work from home
Yeah.
too. So sometimes the cat tail goes, how cute. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
No, yeah, my dogs are, I'm watching a dog too, so they're playing on the couch right now, so they're having
Oh,
a good time.
beautiful.
Hopefully
So
it's not too loud.
they have a play date today.
Yeah, they
Awesome.
have a play date. Yeah, so they're being kind of crazy. But um really I think the biggest thing is just giving it a chance, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
do something good for yourself today, whether that's like intentional breathing, like relaxing
Or
your jaw, relaxing the muscles in your face,
yeah.
closing your eyes, taking a deep breath, better yet, like 5 deep breaths. Doing that, or maybe you start to move your shoulders a little bit more, bringing them up towards your ears, rolling them down and away a couple times, sit up a little taller, even just bringing your arms up over your head and stretching up nice and tall, maybe leaning to one side and then the
Is
other,
it
like
okay
just
if
those.
I yawn? You're making me feel good.
Yeah. But I mean, just those little things, like you don't realize it's like what I told you, your shoulders, like I don't know your body, right? But I can tell. I see people around and I'm like, relax your shoulders,
Well, I was also in a hospital bed last night that I could not get position right, and there was no pillow for me. So
Oh no.
they didn't have it pillows. I mean, what's happened to go to the ER, right? So I literally was laying
Yeah.
for hours in this bed, and I kept trying to sit,
Oh,
and then I was Indian style trying to my neck because I the lower back is killing me today. So my
oh, that's the
apologies.
worst. No,
Yeah,
you're fine.
but it's
And I'm just
okay.
saying that in general. I see people, sorry, my dogs.
It's okay. Don't worry about me. I
Um,
got my injury, so I got I'm dressed here up, and then I have my pajama pants on. So I'm like, and here's my bad knee. So I'm like, oh, but see, you're an
yeah.
injury person, so I could bring this to you. See,
Yeah.
this is my infection. So
Oh,
I'm
that's what
keeping.
people do. And I mean, I said that about your shoulders. And I mean, it's one of those things that I just noticed. Like, I'm a massage therapist by trade too. And
That's
so,
right.
like,
That's
I
right.
look at people and I can just see, like, okay, like you're holding tension here and you're holding tension here. And, I just like, hey, relax your shoulders. And it's just like that little thing. You're like, oh, I didn't even realize I was doing it. And I do it all the time too.
But thank
But,
you for pointing
just,
it out because I never
yeah,
would. Yep. Yep.
yeah, you're welcome. So,
Oh
yeah,
my.
I think just taking that time for yourself every day, doing those little things, deep breaths, little
What is your
stretches.
routine? I mean, what do you meditate in the morning? What's also goes hand in hand with that? I know a lot of people do meditate. I
Hmm.
explain to me a little bit about this.
Yeah, so I am actually better at meditating by doing something else. So like not sitting still, I'm pretty bad at it. And so I try to go for walks in the morning before work, before life gets
Okay.
crazy. I'm lucky enough to live
Yeah.
somewhere we have woods nearby. And so I just go walk in the woods. I try to walk for an hour. I usually take my dogs, which is less relaxing, but still it's good for them too. and then they drive me less crazy at night. But so you can see
Oh,
my dog in the
I
back.
see. What's his or her name?
Her name is Eska. But so yeah,
Like
that's my med
Eskimo or no? What's Eska mean?
no,
I'm
not
so.
Eskimo. Eska, it's a name of a mountain and a name of a creek
Oh,
here
okay. Thank
in
you.
the valley. Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, my form of meditation is different, and that's the thing I tell people too, is like you don't have to sit cross-legged
Good.
in a room for an hour and breathe or close your, try not to think about anything. It's super hard, right? For some of us. Some people can do it, which is awesome, but I'm not one of those people. So walking in the woods, I like to Nordic ski, cross country ski, um, gardening, all of those things. We do puzzles a lot at our house, just jigsaw puzzles in the wintertime, which I also consider meditation because you're focusing, to me, meditation is focusing solely on one thing, and letting everything else tune out. And so whatever that is for you, um, do it. That's the important thing, is to slow your mind down. And even if your mind is busy, like trying to figure out where a puzzle piece goes or listening for bird calls in the woods or whatever it is. But to me, that's all meditation, where you turn down everything else and turn up one thing, like, and let that thing be
Hmm.
good, let that be a good thing.
And
So
so what's happening today for you? What is your schedule like? Tell us specifically about the classes that you have.
So Thursdays, I actually have a full-time job in addition to owning the studio, so I have to go to real work too. Um, but the studio today, we actually don't have any classes. This morning we normally do a 5:30 a.m. class, but our instructor's out of town. But Thursday nights, we actually rent out our studio to a men's meditation group. They've been in there
Yeah.
for a little over a year. And so it started with a workshop, and then they all liked each other. And now they just have this like men's meditation every week. And so we just let them do their thing in there. Uh, and then tomorrow morning, we have a class at 7 a.m. And then over the weekend, we have some classes too. So yeah, we're moving along.
Beautiful. We still got 5 more minutes left here today. And I don't know if you wanted to give us any more advice about why we should be doing this, any more information about you, your studio, and your people, and the amazing world of what you do. You mentioned the sound healing, right? Before we thought wasn't it last week we thought it was like sound baths or something. Well, you said a lot of
Mhm.
people think the wrong thing or whatever, but how does that come into play with the yoga?
Sure. So we've actually done that before. The sound healer and I did a class together earlier last winter, uh, where he did the sound healing and I taught the yoga class, which was really fun. Um, and so he has two really beautiful, actually he has more than two, sorry. He has a whole set of crystal singing bowls. So he just plays them and while I was teaching, and then we had like a longer kind of shavasana at the end. And it was pretty cool. Like I think we'll do it again next winter, but normally I just we have music during classes and stuff, but live music during class is so awesome. So uh yeah, so the sound healing is great stuff, and you don't get wet. Like I said, it's not a bath. It's just you're bathing your body in sound. So it's pretty amazing stuff. And then as far as everything else, like I think it's just trying, like giving it a whirl. And coming to see us like is great because we've been around for a long time. We have knowledgeable instructors. We care a lot. Like our instructors, we all care so much about the people that walk through our doors. I've gone to studios where you just feel like a number walking in. It's kind of like going to the doctor sometimes.
Yeah.
You feel like a number. You feel like nobody cares about you. You feel like nobody listens to you. But um, we care. We know people have kids. We know people like to do this. We know people just lost their parent or their spouse, or they're going through a divorce, or they're pregnant, or whatever. All of these life things, like we're here for all of it. And nobody is just a number to us. Like we really care a whole lot about everybody that comes in. And we're here to help. And we just want you all to love yoga as much as we do without being pushy salesmen.
No,
So
I know. I get it. I get
that's
it.
our
And do you
biggest thing.
offer like different types of package deals? Is it like a membership? Is it for class? Tell me a little bit about that part of it too.
Yeah, that's a good question. So we don't have memberships. We haven't done that. I know that everybody else does memberships for everything, right? You can get a membership to the restaurant of your choice now, it seems like, but or a subscription, I mean, but we pretty much just do punch cards, which is I say punch cards, we don't do physical cards anymore, but just class passes. And so we people can buy those online and then they have they're just on our system and they just take a class off every time they come to a class. And
Got
then
it.
those are good for a year. Yeah. And then we have an unlimited pass. So if people are coming more than 3 times a week, I encourage them to get an unlimited pass. But most people just stick to a class pass, like 5 or 10, 20 classes. So
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here, for joining us. And tell us, obviously, you're in Alaska. If people are in the area, they should come see you. Thank you so much for your time
yes.
today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Great. Would you mind sharing the website and I'll
Oh,
follow?
sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. So our website is midnightsunyoga.com and people can call or text 907-723-5262. And then you can find us on Facebook, Midnight Sun Yoga Center. We're also on Instagram at Midnight Sun Yoga. So all kinds of ways
Perfect.
to reach out.
Thank you so much. Pleasure having you
Yeah.
back. And we'll talk soon.
Thanks.
Have a great morning. Enjoy the rest of your day, sweetheart.
Yeah. Feel better.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.